Yep.
All right. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Nathan Webb coming at you with yet another episode of the Coffee Club. We are on our way to somewhere in Iowa. Everybody say what's up.
What's up?
All right, that was a little anticlimactic, but we got Nick right here. We got Anna on the wheel. You can turn it to Anna. Woo woo! And we got Ben behind the camera. You can turn it to yourself. Yeah, that's Ben. And we are going to a Chi Alpha conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's what I'm talking about. So, one good thing about leaving Springfield is that we're able to experience just a new culture. And so we've gotten to try a new culture and a new areas type of gas station coffee. And this one will speak true to one of my viewers in specific. Today, we are going to be trying out QT's House Blend. That's right, Zachary Eric Muir. Today is the day. Zach has been hitting me up constantly, yelling at me and berating me and just tearing me down as a human. Really just making me question everything that I held true and sacred. Because he was one of the first sponsors of a coffee club video. The only thing about him was that he gave me a specific place to sponsor, and that place is not in Springfield. He wanted me to try any coffee from a QT, because QT is his favorite gas station. And I couldn't do it because I was never at a QT. So today is the day. Got a taquito in hand. Got my boy Nick drinking a different coffee. Going to be separate, but still fun. And we are going to be trying things out. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Hit him with the smell test real quick. All right, so right off the bat, that's a pretty dark color right there. But, you know, it's about as dark as everything else. So that's what we're working with. It's definitely transparent to the extent that I can see this QT logo right here just by looking down at an angle. That smells pretty regular, if I'm being honest. It smells about like I'd expect a coffee to smell. Yeah, that's fairly consistent with everything else. So let's go ahead and get into our first sip. This is QT's House Blend, also called Original, no creamers. Let's get it. So it's not fantastic, but it's black coffee. It's not too bad. It hasn't repulsed me like some of the other coffees that I've tried, some of the house blends and just other ones in general. It's fairly, unoffensive. It's very hot and we're in a moving car, and so the first sip actually just went straight into the back of my throat, which wasn't fun, but I can't really count that against them. So my production team for today's episode and I, we went in and I got all my stuff, and then we found that there were no creamers in terms of the single serve ones. And y'all know that I'm about the environment, but I'm also about entertainment, and so I had to choose today. They had it set up pretty well to where you could just give the amount of pumps that you needed and boom, you're good. But we do this empirically here, and so we literally opened up a bunch of creamers and we poured in what we actually wanted, and we poured what we didn't want out. So this is the same brand of creamer that I've used for every other. Oh, Anna, you weren't kidding. It is so thick. Yeah. It's so thick.
Dummy.
I don't know what that means, but I also may have misplaced my stirring apparatus. Good sir, do you see a stirring apparatus? I literally put it in my pocket. This is the worst day of my life.
Your taquito.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Are you going to start with your taquito?
This is literally the wackest thing I've ever done in my entire life, and I hate that I'm doing it, but at the same time, alright, so we're working with this kind of a color right now, that kind of a brown. I don't know why that stuff was so creamy. It was like I was pouring yogurt, or it's like Nick was pouring yogurt, and so I'm sure it's going to taste the same, but that was kind of weird. So this is a QT's House Blend, 1 creamer. Let's get to it. I taste chicken after taking a bite of the taquito, so I need to cleanse my palate, perhaps. QT water is good. Alright, so that tastes decent. The fact that the actual coffee wasn't too loud, wasn't too like offensive, means that adding just the one creamer in is pretty good. I would say, like, if I had to stop here, like, I could drink it, but if I got to choose to add another, I think I would. Definitely, this is definitely drinkable with one creamer. So if you're, here for the health benefits, this is a good place to stop. But if you're like me, you got a little bit of meat on you, and you're okay keeping it, then let's go ahead and add that second creamer. So my boy's gonna go ahead and get right to it. Oh yeah, is this one thick? This one's thick too. That's really, really. Oh yeah, it's so good and tasty. Oh yeah, it's so good. I got our stirring apple. I'm so mad. I literally, a police, was he a police officer or was he a security guard?
Police officer.
There was a police officer is the one who gave me
Ben, are you okay with this?
ooh, a pen. How attached are you to that pen? Because like, I still want to eat this taquito.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Actually, there's a good chance that we'll be stopping here anyways. It doesn't add much flavor to the actual taquito. The actual taquito, like after I'm biting it, it's like...
That's unfortunate.
Is it? Alright. So, QT, house blend. One creamer was pretty good. We're going to see how two creamers is. This is the color that we're working with. It's notably lighter. We're in the shade right now, but if we were to put this thing in the sun, I mean, we're definitely... That's a fairly light khaki. This is definitely a lighter roast, despite the fact that it's their original, their house blend. That's definitely something that is usually pretty smack in the middle, but this is definitely lighter than a lot of other places that I've had the pleasure to sample. So QT, house blend, two creamers. You already know what it is. Let's get to it. I'm content, honestly, with this as it is. Two creamers is perfect. This is a nice hazelnut flavor, but it doesn't completely, let's say, overshadow some of the undertones of the coffee. Coffee is a very bitter taste, as most of you probably are aware, and so this is a nice blend of both. So let's sip on that for a sec while we just talk about QT as a whole. I'm sorry, Ben. I know you're hurting, but so. I'm going to go ahead and go, if I had to make a tier list off the top of my head of gas station taquitos, I'm going to go ahead and say S, because there can only be one S when it comes to gas station taquitos. S is going to be the Pilot's, like 3 cheese or 4 cheese one, or spicy cheese, whatever. The one from Pilot that is just cheese, that's the S rank. That is the best out of all of them. It's fantastic. Like, nothing else compares. I do a lot of driving from North Carolina to Missouri and back, and I tend to try and keep my drives as cheap as possible and get there as quick as possible, which means that I live off of these, and it's disgusting and my body hates it. So I'm experienced, but that's not necessarily something to brag about. I'm just giving you all the context. So after that, honestly, you can start putting multiple things in multiple places. QT's steak and cheese, and their chicken, and then their regular cheese. That's all A rate. It's so good. It's not quite as good as that one from Pilot. And then after that, honestly, I've lost interest because the rest of them aren't even as good at that point. Probably the meat ones from Pilot or something. But after that, I mean, once you're getting into the B range, who cares? It's gas station taquitos. So I'm feeling that's pretty good. What do you think, Nick? You eat these very often?
I do. I actually get the ones from Come and Go. The pepper jack.
I like that one a lot. I forgot about that. I'd say that one's probably comparable to the one from Pilot.
I've never had one from Pilot.
The one from Pilot is definitely better, but I'd say if there was a rank between S and A, or no, we could just add the one from Come and Go. I'll add that to my A rank list.
like the buffalo chicken. It's more of a hot dog looking thing. But that's a good solid go-to.
So yeah, I've had that too. And I'd say, like, imagine a chicken fry from Burger King, but make it super thick. And like it was squeezed out by a machine. Probably because that's
Probably what
how it was made, yeah. And that's pretty good. I'm not a big ranch guy, but I'd say that's a pretty good one as well. So, yeah. QT House Blend. I mean, this is good. Honestly, I haven't really thought about things in terms of the ranking. You know, it's definitely lighter. There's less of a coffee flavor to it, but that also means that we're using less cream. And at the end of the day, this is from a gas station, so you know, we're not going to get snobby about it. We're going to be snooty, but I wouldn't say we're going to be snobby. This is good. This is good. I'd say overall, I would give this a 3.5 out of 5. It's good. It doesn't take a lot to make it good, but there's also not a ton to it right off the bat. So a lot of what's carrying the team here is going to be the creamer. With that being said, it's not like some of the other ones I've had where you put in 4 creamers and it still tastes like a black hellish nightmare. This is definitely just something that overall is good. So shout out again to Zachary Eric Muir. That's my boy from freshman year. We met in Woods. We've had a Minecraft server together. We've, you know, been in the same campus ministry. We've just been, you know, he's one of my goons, and I appreciate you greatly. I stuck a giant oversized Bible that weighs about 10 pounds in his table when we were sophomores, and it's still there to this day. I forgot it existed. So, Zach, you're a real one. Thanks for sponsoring this video. Glad that we could finally get you done, man. That's good. So, 3.5 stars for QT's House Blend. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in 2 or 3 months. Bye-bye.